It's very easy on the internet to find the most depressing things. It's like you look under a rock, you'll just find some depression. I kind of think it's why everyone's so mentally ill. Just generally having a constant stream of bad news, because that's kind of what gets attention. I have something good for you, dear viewer. That's right. Brendan Fraser. This is the guy who's in the 1997 classic George of the Jungle. Look at him. What a silly man. It's the smallest. Okay, that is the worst resizing I've ever seen in my life. He was in that Monkey Bone movie. That was an odd one. Basically, whenever there was funny movies that happened in the early-ish 2000s or late 90s, somehow Brendan Fraser was there. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Mummy. He hasn't really been around that much. He seems to have been struggling through a rough patch in his career. And a wholesome thing is that it looks as though that patch is now over. So you can see here, this has like 16 million views. So everyone else is also a big fan of Brendan Fraser here. The standing ovation for The Whale was so enthusiastic that they tried to leave the theater, but the crowd's applause made him stay. I want to say that he said it took like 6 minutes or something, right? So you can kind of hear that, yeah, everyone's clapping for him. But he continues to positively like radiate wholesome energy. And I think that he's just tearing up because he went to the film festival, and this is for his new movie, The Whale. It's made by the Aaron Dwar. That's the guy behind him, I believe. He does a lot of fancy art movies. Aaron Dwarfsky. I can never say it correctly. Anyway, he's pretty excited. And I am too, because it looks like a very interesting premise of a movie. Everyone seems to be just hyping him up so much. Here we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I guess his bio is just founder. Okay. You know, he's just out here saying, just showing him some love too, where he's like, he supported me coming into the movies because The Rock wasn't always in movies. You know, there's Zoomers watching this video. Aaron Aronofsky. So The Rock has given him some love and got him a lot of views too on the video. Just pretty wholesome to see. You know, like I think that he must be like the most paid person in Hollywood. I'm pretty sure it has to be The Rock. So when we look at Brendan Fraser's career here, you know, some of these years kind of got lean after pretty much crash. Some of these, you know, like there was a video game for The Mummy. You know, there's like a 5-year gap here where he just didn't really get a lot of roles. And in 2018, he alleged that he was sexually assaulted by then president of the Foreign Press Association in Hollywood in 2003. This assault, coupled with the divorce he had at the time and the death of his mom, put him into a depression with his health issues and a backlash. They pretty much say he got blacklisted for speaking out about this guy. And, you know, he was kind of just like, well, I guess I'm done, right? Maybe he'll try to get some other roles. We'll see. Hasn't been super successful, but he does have this TV show called The Doom Patrol, which is about the DC universe. I haven't actually seen it. I need to check it out. But apparently it's really successful. There's going to be a Martin Scorsese movie with him in it, which is like a Western crime genre, which seems super cool. I mean, who doesn't like to see Martin Scorsese movies, right? There's also a comedy movie where it's Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage as siblings. I'll watch that. That was news to me, but apparently he's just randomly in there. So, yeah, I actually ended up seeing him at Emerald City Comic Con. I live in the Seattle area, so I was able to go and see Brendan Fraser in person. And here's a little thing of him just kind of running up on the stage. It's really loud. God. My bad. So yeah, he came out to the stage, and to give you guys context, this is in a convention center room in like a auxiliary hotel, and it must have been, 3,000 people in this room. Like it was at capacity, and he's with the other guy he played in The Mummy, the Odad, I believe is his name. And he was just like amping up the crowd so much. And I don't know why. I don't know why everyone has decided. It's as if in our nostalgia, we've gone back and been like, no, stop. Other cinema broke, like just terrible. The Mummy, though, this was the best it's ever gonna be, and I think people have gone back and watched it. Way better than it had any right to be. It's just kind of like a silly, schlocky looking movie, but it was like a really good movie. It kind of holds up to the test of time. So, good for Brendan Fraser to get out there and just kind of make a comeback. This movie, though, The Whale, it does seem pretty interesting. So the overview of it is that he's 600 pounds and his name is Charlie. He's a middle-aged man. He tries to reconnect with his 17-year-old daughter because they grew apart after he abandoned his family for his lover, I guess, who later died. And then he went to binge eat out of pain and guilt. So this movie is probably going to be like the roughest movie to see ever. But yeah, apparently the reception here is pretty high. I don't know how people have seen it because it doesn't come out until it's scheduled for release here December 9th. But they say that the video we watched was a 6-minute standing ovation. And yeah, I mean, it's really good for him to get some, you're going from George of the Jungle here, Encino Man, where he was I don't know what you'd call it, an unfrozen caveman, right? Playing those roles to something like very complicated and dramatic. And tackling something like this too, in like 2022 and making it something like, hey, people are usually eating out of mental health issues, and maybe trying to examine that in like a really cool, critical movie that doesn't just mean like fat man bad. We have depth to these characters. I think that it'd be really interesting to see something like that. So the movie looks super cool, and you know what? It's good. It's wholesome. We are huge fans of Brendan Fraser. I would go see him at any kind of convention if you can. I don't know why. I just randomly could see Brendan Fraser like 2 or 3 weeks ago now at this point, whenever Emerald City Comic Con was. Super charismatic, as you can see, just wholesome energy. I mean, this man's just like, out here crying because he's like, just really happy people enjoy his work. So anyway, if you guys haven't, go rewatch The Mummy, because I mean, how can you not watch The Mummy and just not have a good time? It's just going to improve your day. So yeah. All right, goodbye for now. Please like and subscribe things. Do those things. I got a new background. I moved. It's been a while since I made a video. Maybe I'll make more if you guys like it. Okay, bye.